up, y'all? It is me, your girl, Q1, and I am back with all of the Queen's Men. Season 4, Episode 7, Trick Daddy. Listen, before I start this episode, y'all make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell button to get updated on all of the videos I drop. Okay, so it was like a anyway, let's just get into it. So the episode starts with Madam, y'all. She's still at the barbershop with the knife to concierge throat. um he tells her, hey, if you wanted me unalive, you'll do it. He asks Madam, what does she want? She was like, she asked him, what are we doing? And so she tells him to leave her and her dancers alone. And he said that they'll call it a truce. She was like, you can call it whatever you want. And just leave me alone. Just leave me and mine alone. Me and my money alone. I'm not gonna mess with you. You not gonna mess with me. And so she leaves, and he has like this little grin on his face. So it's like, sir, do you get does that turn you on? Okay, that's what it feels like to me. Anyway, in the next scene, y'all remember the lady who asked Midnight of that grape request. So she unlocks the door. Remember, Midnight was on the phone with her and tells her to keep the door unlocked. So he unlocks the door, goes into the hotel room, and they plays this grape fantasy. I guess my question is, what happened to you as a child, like, or as a young one? I don't know, but something happened to her to have these sick, twisted. Something is really wrong with that woman. That's all I'm gonna say. So y'all, we get over to Maddie B's. Amp go visit his snitching scammy mammy, y'all. But I guess because she wanted to talk. So Tony wants to make up with Amp for the lost years. And so, he tells her, hold up, let me stop you right there, La Mama, because that you cannot do. Okay? Amp said, so she calls him, she says something, she calls him baby. Amp was like, I'm not your baby tonight. Okay? Find somebody else. So this heifer tramp tells Amp that she left her husband, which was Amp's dad. And so he asked his mom, when his dad told her to cut Amp off, why didn't you leave? And so she says she couldn't because he controlled all the money. Apparently, we learned in the last episode that this man was controlling. And I was like, ma'am, you could have stayed with your daddy, but then, I forgot, you ratted your daddy out to the feds. But then, ma'am, you could have just snuck out, left, went to some podunk town, got you some government assistance. Baby, I don't know. But whatever it is, you could have did something. So apparently we find out that Amp was 19 years old when he went to jail. So y'all, he was young, he was scared, he didn't have anybody. And to me, that was really unfortunate. So I just felt like there's other ways you could have just got yourself out of this situation, and you could have did that for your child. Whatever. A lot of people do that. Y'all put a dude over y'all children's. I'm not judging. I'm just saying that it's nothing I've never done. The people can kick rocks or whatever. Anyway, so then she tells Amp, she was like, well, Amp, you was in prison. And so that's when we found out Amp went to prison at the age of 19. And he said he didn't have nobody. Not nobody. You understand? Not a soul, not a nan, another, not a, like, You just left him destitute inside the prison walls. Okay? Anyway, so Tony starts to cry. I didn't see no tears. I didn't have no sympathy, nor did I have empathy, because I don't trust her. Okay? Um, and so Amp tells her that he's gonna come around in his own time, because she was like, "We gotta do this." Well, no. You gotta wait for your son to be ready whenever he say he ready, however he say he ready. Okay? So it seems as though this mom comes in and out Amp's life. So this isn't the first time she did this to Amp. Um and so she tells Amp, "I love you." And so Amp gets a bit emotional and says, "I love you too, and I never stopped." And when I tell you the buck would have stopped with moi, because you get none of my love, because my love is too valuable to give out to you. Okay? So, since Blue last visit at the therapy session, she says she's been good. She apparently she felt the way about Vicky being unalive from that vent. She didn't survive that. And so Blue feels like that it is her fault. So they get the back and forward and talking. She tells Blue that she thinks that Blue needs unconventional type of therapy, because this requires Blue to say as little as possible, because Blue was giving pushback, but it was just so much information Blue could give out, without outing people or just saying whatever the truth is. So Naima walks back into work, and she is stopped by DA Rods and Detective Davis. Y'all, those two have us get on my entire nerve. Like, so they questions Naima. They find out what happened to her last night. Well, Naima didn't know she was drugged, and Doc put some type of PCP in her drink. And so they sent her home for the day and said because she was drugged, their entire case has been compromised. And then they try to find a way to finagle to make it seem like, nobody didn't know what happened to Naima. However, Madam was the one who contacted the police department or whatever her job to let her know what happened, and that she needed to be drug tested because she was on something last night. So that'll probably help her case a little more. There are a lot of charges, against Madam. Anyway, so the crazy girl from the hotel that was with Midnight just popped up at Midnight House unannounced, and I would have been like, "Oh, why is you here? Why is you here?" I'm gonna get that rug, okay? I'm gonna get that rug with Jocelyn on there, and it's gonna say, "Oh, why is you here?" Okay. So she tells Midnight, that she want to be in a relationship with him. And Midnight was like, "Baby, I don't do one woman. This here is for the community. And for the community, I shall pass it out." Okay? He said something about a reference to the Skittles. And I was like, "Do you want everybody to taste your rainbow?" Ew. So, baby, apparently that's not what you want. Not for a man. He is for a good time, not a long time. Okay? He done already told you that. Baby, Midnight done put that whopper chopper on her, and apparently she just cannot get enough. Something is really wrong with that woman. Like, yeah. She gives me, I once was sheltered, and I've been in weird relationships all my life. I don't know. Anyway, so Madam is at home. She asked Tommy, "Where's Blue?" Tommy said he didn't know where Blue was, and that he tried calling Blue himself, but she didn't answer. So Madam, her wheels are always turning. So she says she feels like something is going on because it's too damn quiet for her. Okay, she used the noise and chaos in her brain, and ain't nothing happening. So Quincy, back at the club, Quincy gets a text from or email from a Peachtree Paternity. We don't know what that's about, but Rayshawn was like, yeah, somebody tried to tell me I was the father of their baby too, and I wasn't. And so my attitude is like, F them kids, F them kids. And I'm just like, F them kids. But sir, if you got some kids out there, baby, you need to be taking care of your children. That's it. That's all. Okay. If you don't want no kids, wrap it up. Wrap it up. Anyway, so Madam somehow gets into Tandy's house. I just feel like for every person who's she just got a key to everybody's house. I don't know. So Tandy walks in for some stuff for Babyface so they can do whatever they gonna do. And so Tandy wants her to work fast, expeditiously, baby, on this lot next to Maddie B's. And, Tandy got more excuses than going to jail. Okay, moving on. So we remember Trouble was, why do I look blue? I don't know. So Trouble, okay, there goes some light. Okay, y'all. So y'all remember Trouble was suspended indefinitely I want to say that was last week. So she at the club because she left her charger. Ma'am, you couldn't go to Five Below gas station or Walmart to go get you a little charger until it was time for you to go back to work? It's not like somebody was gonna go in your locker because it was locked. Okay, so I was like, ma'am, sir, you ain't even supposed to be there. So Face come like, what you doing here? Face just ignorant dude. And so he all up in Trouble Face, just being the a-hole that he is. So then Trouble tell him, that's why Quincy's stalking you. And then tell Trouble that Face found his drawers and pictures in Quincy's locker. And so in Babyface's locker. So Babyface was like, quit playing. You ain't, oh baby, it's in there. Your drawers is in there. And did he sniff them drawers that day? Because I want to say he sniffed that man's drawers, baby. That's nasty. But the underwear was in there and all the pictures was in there. So anyway, we get back to Madam's office and Attorney Lovett comes in. He tells Madam that he was able to get the extension and that everyone included needs to be prepped because apparently they gonna put everybody on the stand, all the people at the job, at Eden, everybody. So I guess this gonna be a big old case, y'all. I want to say the case that they got going, I bet you that sister is a part of that. She is the op. Okay, so Lovett suggests that Madam settles down because the charges against her are stacked. Ma'am, you need to keep a low profile. Okay, we know that Madam tried, but sometimes duty calls. Okay, but that's why she been lady like, y'all better lay low. Anyway, back at the police station, Lola tells Detective Davis about Vicky. And so Lola explains to Detective Davis what Vicky's job entailed at the club. And she was like, what is that? And she was a servicer. She serviced the VIP before they got ready to head up to the stage. Okay? Anyway, Doc then walk in Madam's office and she tells Doc thank you, and he was like, what did I do? Everything that happened with Naima, and that because of what he's done, they was able to, um, you know, this stuff that's God, I forgot what it was happening with the case. You know, the evidence, I don't think they'll be able to use the evidence for the case. So Faze finds Quincy's locker, but before he found Quincy's locker, he goes in there and he harassed Rayshawn and rough him up like, which one is the locker? And so Rayshawn was like, I don't know. I mean, I ain't telling you, you know. So he don't really fool with Faze ever since Faze dogs him out. So he roughed him up. Rayshawn left out of there to go let Quincy know what was happening. And so he just took a crowbar and started opening up stuff till he found the locker, and that he did. Okay. I was like, oh, okay. Okay. So Amp is in the club. He goes up to Dime, gives her a hug and a kiss. Women still putting money on him. He talking to Dime about the update, the conversation him and his mom had. And then he thanks Dime. And so then the men are eating 3 out of 6. Is it 6? 3 out of 6 is on the stage. Hey, listen, I take it, but you know, it's fine. It's fine. It wasn't all of them, but it was 3 of them, and that was okay. But I just really want y'all to know. I really want y'all to know that my man, my baby daddy, looked at delicioso today. Okay. So then in the next scene, we see Madam have a menage a four. Okay, it was a threesome, and she was okay, and that was that. You use your imagination. So listen, and I want y'all to hear me good. Dime was by the trash can, throwing up all her guts and glory. Do you know why? Do you know why? Talking about she felt lightheaded. Ma'am, you're pregnant. Anyway, after we found out, even though we don't know officially that Dime is pregnant, she pregnant. Okay, she pregnant. So in the next scene, Quincy and Faze get the tussling. Blah, 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 blah. You know, they for you gay and you this thing. Blah. I was like, my Lord. And so he was like, you got my stuff in there, and you know, pictures and all of that. And so Amp break up the fight, and somebody move Quincy over there. Quincy pulled out the phone, and it was like, you 99.9%. And so Midnight took the phone, and he was like, you know, yeah, Babyface, you 99.9% the daddy, baby. That is your son. First of all, how old is Babyface? Oops. Lord, sorry. How old are you? And how old is Quincy? And because somebody gonna have to do the math for me. Somebody gonna have to do the math for me, because at this point the math ain't mathing. You are the father. You the father. You the father. Out of pappy. Y'all. It's so many ways we can go with this, okay? A Poppy. Listen. I need to know, how old is Faze? And how old is Quincy? Because how you and your son, like your son, both of y'all just scrippers. And the way he was coming on, y'all, it really made it seem like he was being a creepy stalker dude. Like, you know. And y'all, that's where the episode ends. Okay? Yep. So Dime pregnant. Faze is the daddy. Madam getting a little suspicious about Blue. We still don't trust Tony. You know, Doc still look good. Y'all, listen. I'm just gonna see y'all on the next episode, okay?